Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Starting 11 show. Sunderland versus Everton, which has become a very tough game now with Sunderland doing so well in the Premier League. I don't know, there's something about Monday night games as well. I just don't like playing away on a Monday night. There just seems to be so much focus on these games. And yeah, I just don't know if Everton ever live up to these games. It always feels like we lose these games. Always feels like we buckle under the pressure. Always feels like the atmosphere for the other side is the expectation there, and the atmosphere is fantastic. So yeah, I always feel like I never like these games, but it is what it is. We've got to play them. It is on a Monday night, and we just got to get on with it. So let's get into it. In goal, obviously, Jordan Pickford in goal. Going back to Sunderland, be a big occasion for him, and hopefully he does well. Last week wasn't his best performance in an Everton shirt. Certainly the second corner, the second goal just before half time. He he struggled on that. It was the first time for a while on my player ratings that I think I'd give him less than like a 6.5 maybe, and he got less than a six. He was bullied on the set pieces really, and it cost us goals. So let's hope he's back to his best in this game, going back to his old team. And I'm sure they'll give him. A great ovation before the game. But obviously, once it gets going, then he is an opposition player. At right back, I'm going for James Garner again. Listen, I'm not bothered what David Moyes picks. That's up to him. This is the team I want to see play. And with James Garner going back to right back last week during the game, that to me spoke volumes. That to me was a manager saying we need goals and putting James Garner in there to try and help get the goals. And okay, they didn't come, but to me, I think changes need to happen in this team. And James Garner going to right back, like I said last week, is the first one I'd take. He's played right back before. He's played for Everton at right back before. He's played in various positions before. I just think for me, it's not a thing of, I'm not reacting to what happened last week. I'm reacting to what's gone on so far this season. I just believe that the right back position from day one should have been sorted out, and it wasn't. So for me, James Garner at right back. We do need, obviously, a specialist right back there, but we just haven't got it. So James Garner to start right back. At left back, I'm going for McPartland. We haven't got another left back. That's the simple facts. I just wonder just talking this week during some of the shows and thinking it'd be interesting if we did have another left back, whether McPartland would be considered for centre back because he is left sided. And because he is such a natural defender rather than, I think, a fullback at times, a modern day fullback. It would be interesting to know whether someone like Moyes would start considering him to be a centre back, because of just his positional sense. Because he's a good defender and he is left sided. But we don't have another left back, so it's not even worth talking about, really, is it? But you know what? It could be one of those things that we look for in the future. Don't have to throw, if we get a left back who can get up and down that side, doesn't mean we have to get rid of him. He could be a left centre back and a backup left back as well. But at the moment, he's very much our first choice centre back. So he starts at left back. The centre backs, James Tarkowski and Jake O'Brien for me. Again, I'm not changing. Nothing's changed my mind on that whatsoever. Tarky, it could be Tarky or Michael Keane. I just think the leadership skills of James Tarkowski mean that he has to start the games. And Jake O'Brien, I think he deserves a chance at centre back. I've heard this week people talking about Seamus Coleman going centre back, and if Seamus Coleman going right back, if Seamus Coleman was to go right back, I think we'd need to play Jake O'Brien anyway at centre back, because you couldn't have a back four, in my opinion, of Seamus Coleman, Tarky, Michael Keane, and McPartland. Would be the slowest defence partnership or back four. It's hard enough as it is. We seem slow enough as it is. So for me, I think O'Brien has to play no matter what who plays right back. I think O'Brien has to play centre back. Again, yeah, Toffee hasn't been great, but I think if I'm just going to have that player who's going to drag you out of it and is going to be the leader, that's Toffee. Now, listen, each to their own on this. There's not much between them at the moment, but that's the player I'm going for. Into midfield, Disagana Gay and Dewsbury Hall. Listen, Disagana Gay has had a bit of a wobble in the last few weeks. I think that's a definite thing you can see. He's played a lot of games, started the season playing for Everton and Senegal. I think in the next couple of weeks, that might be a position, seeing we've got Fulham and then the international break, that might be a position where you look at it and think, it's now time for roll. And even maybe in this game, it is time for roll. It's just that with the changes I've already made and the changes I'm making to the team, this week mightn't be the week for that. But I do believe roll is getting closer to a start in the team. And listen, you could easily say, rather than Dewsbury Hall, and I'll just prefix this by putting Alcaraz in the team, rather than Dewsbury Hall playing there, you could have Dewsbury Hall playing ahead where Alcaraz is, and you could have Mail and Roll in that position. Easily have that instead of what I've gone for. I'd have no issue with that. If Mail and Roll started in a deeper position and Dewsbury Hall played slightly ahead of them, I don't think I'd have too many problems with that either. And I could see that actually happen. That would be more likely than Alcaraz playing, certainly in an away game. So that's probably maybe more of a likely change in midfield that he could make, that David Moyes could make. But I still think Carlos Alcaraz deserves to play ahead of these two players. I think Dewsbury Hall's playing, like I said last week, I think he's playing more, in a more advanced role than maybe what he'd want to. So I'm putting him deeper again with Disagana Gay and Alcaraz, because I do believe Alcaraz deserves to play in that position. I really do. I think it's where he should be playing. Simple as that. On the right, obviously, Iliman Ndiaye's been fantastic for us, and the last couple of weeks showed a lot of different skill sets, or a couple of different skill sets to his game. Man City, the dribbling, and then last week, the crossing. A couple of fantastic crosses into the box that really we should have done better, or certainly Beto should have done better with. A lot of talk this week. It's always interesting when an Everton player starts to play well, because people start linking them with moves away from the club rather than going, oh, isn't this amazing? Or got to get him under a new contract. It's, oh, you'll be leaving. Which I just, obviously, if it comes from outside the club, I understand that in many ways. But if it comes from the fan base or people around the club, I find that baffling in many ways. It's like, Iliman Ndiaye, if I was Everton right now, I'd be preparing a new contract for him to try and tie him down for the next 5 years at this football club. I really would. I'd make him one of the highest paid players at the club and nail him down and say, you are one of our most important players, if not our most important players. Jack Grealish is on loan. We've got a lot of youth in the side coming through. You are one of our most important players, and we want to reward you for that. I think Everton, because I don't think his contract's going to be like huge from coming from Marseille, and him coming from Sheffield United to Marseille. I don't think it'd be massive. That's what I'd be doing right now if I was Everton. Just saying we've had issues with contracts in the last few years. We don't want that again, and we want to nail you down. You are one of our most important players. Certainly our most important Everton player. So I'd get that done. I really would, and try and get that decision made on his future. I know that they're not, it's like, as I said, these whispers are more like things to just stir the pot because he's playing well. But what a statement that would be if Everton were to come out and say, Iliman Ndiaye, 5 more years, loves playing for Everton, and we love having him. That's what I'd be trying to do anyway. On the other side, Jack Grealish, of course, will play. Obviously, has been creating so many good chances. Probably should have scored last week. But again, left-hand side, doing what he does. Hopefully with Iliman Ndiaye doing it on the right-hand side. And up front, I'm going to go for Barry. It is that time again to roll the dice and change them round. And I think Barry coming off the bench last week, what we saw of him was better than what we saw from Beto. So I think it's time to play Barry. I know this is just a thing that's going to go round. I'm not going to say the famous words of, oh, I think it's now time to give him a run. Um, but I do think this is a game he should start. And he's been putting videos out this week. And listen, I will give him bonus points for this lad doing extra training in Everton retro shirts. Absolutely. That's all day with that. All day with that for me. I love that. That's what sort of got people on Beto's side when he was signing for the club, seeming Lukaku shirts, and was there a Neto shirt in there as well? I'm all day for to see Barry wearing the retro shirt. If he ever wants to come and see us in the studio and see some of our retro gear, come on down, my friend. Come and see all the amazing shirts. But he looks like he's hungry for it, and he's putting all this stuff out and saying, you can see that he's ready, but he's got to prove it on the pitch. He's got to start. He's got to start getting in the action for scoring. I would like to say getting the goals, but having shots on target, making a nuisance of himself, doing all the things we talk about each week about what we want to start seeing from our forwards. Beto has just missed far too many chances. Really, really good chances. We missed a few last week. Go back to the Palace game. I know people differ on it, but the header, for me, that to me was an appalling miss. I know people want to go, oh no, it's a good save. It's an appalling miss, in my opinion. And it's moments like that that are like the sliding doors moments of careers. And they're the ones you have to put in. And sadly, he didn't. So it is time to give Barry a go. And this might be the last, not the last roll of the dice, but this might be, if Barry doesn't take it this time, then David Moyes might look elsewhere. He might start looking in Njai and thinking, well, if I can play Njai up front and have Tyler Dibbling on the right, that gets Dibbling into the team. So that when Njai goes to the AFCON, then Dibbling is into the side. But I haven't lost out on playing Njai. I could see that coming into David Moyes' mind soon. Because he'll want Dibbling in the team, but he'll also want Njai in the team, and he'll also want Grealish in the team. That's on these players, these centre forwards, to make that decision really difficult for David Moyes. So that's my team. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? As I've said, the manager will probably go with what he's got, but probably just change a couple of positions. Probably Barry up front, maybe Mail and Roll in midfield. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There you go. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to check out the match preview John and myself have done. Yeah, we'll be back on Monday ahead of the game. So I can't even say we'll be back after the game to watch all the videos. You'll see us on Monday before the game. Thanks for watching. See you later.